Welcome to this video. Now, here's a question I received from a sister of the message. This is what she asked me. She asked me this: what is the best place for a preacher to die? What is the best place for a preacher to die? It's simple. It's a very good and it's a good question, and I'll give you a good answer. As a message believer, the best place for a preacher or for a pastor or for a prophet to die is on the pulpit. The best place for a preacher to die is on the pulpit. That's why there's a lot of noise now. There's a lot of people who doesn't know the message, people that don't know the word, and some of you so-called Christians, you don't know the word, you don't read your Bible, you don't read your prophet, message believers. The prophets say, if there's a best place for a preacher to die, is on the pulpit, is under your duty. I'll prefer, if I was a preacher, when my time comes, I'll prefer to ask God for him to take me while I'm doing his job on my post of duty, serving him. That's the best place for a preacher to die, is on the pulpit. Some people, I hear some noise. People that criticize pastors that die on the pulpit. Some wicked spirits, demons, is even happening in the message now. When they hear a pastor die on the pulpit, you hear some believers who doesn't know the word. You hear some believers saying that God is striking him, God is punishing him, God is punishing his servants. How can he die on the pulpit? You're useless. You're senseless. People that say that they're senseless, they're useless. They don't know the word. They don't know the Bible. They are not real Christians. They are wicked people. They are demons. You see a minister, a servant of God dying on the pulpit, you saying that God is striking, God is punishing. No, you don't know the word. And what are you doing in the message? You're not the seed of God. When you're saying that, it's proving that your seed is bad. The best place for a preacher to die is on the pulpit. Don't let anybody deceive you. The best place for a preacher to die is on the pulpit, no elsewhere. For the prophet William Branham, it was already promised. It was already promised since the Bible now saw the accident of William Branham and prophesied. And the prophet himself also said, I want to die in accident. And it happened. But for a preacher, the best place for a preacher to die is on the pulpit. Straight, because the pulpit, why is it the pulpit? Because the pulpit is the only way, is the closest place to heaven, is the way to heaven, is the throne of God. Is the throne when the preacher is preaching, when the pastor is preaching, the place is preaching is like a throne of God. In the church, the throne of God, that it can represent. We know human beings, we are throne of God, but when you come in the church, the throne of God is in the pulpit. That's the best way. That's the way to heaven. That's the way to heaven. So when a preacher die in the pulpit, believe me, he goes straight to heaven, because his preaching is dying under his post of duty. So this is the message for my brothers and sisters. It's not just for the sister that asked me, but it's for brothers and sisters who didn't know that. May this video bless you and help you. If you never know about it as well, now you know. Then act accordingly. Thank you. Learn and apply.